Joining me in studio, we have the director of the United Way, Andy Green. Matt Parbs has joined him on the program for today. Andy, it's been a couple of months since we've had you in studio. How has it been going for you?
Oh, it's been going great. We had our what we call our CRC process, Citizens Review Committee, where all of our agencies request funding for the coming fiscal year. And so through committees of volunteers in the community, we got to see what all of our agencies have been doing for the past year and some of their plans for the upcoming year, and it's just been a real awesome experience, really getting to see the impact that that we're having in the community.
You've been on board for how long now, Andy?
So I started December 1st, so we're a little over 6 months at this point.
Okay. So how's it been going so far? I mean, it was a transition period, no doubt.
Yeah, there's definitely still some, building the bridge as you're walking across it. But we have a fantastic board of community volunteers, and Paul Schnack with First Central Bank in DeWitt is our president, and they've really been leading the charge and getting us to a good place.
All right, very good. What's coming up for the United Way?
Yeah, so on August 3rd, we have a United Way night with the Lumber Kings. That's kind of wrapping up the Lumber Kings season, and we're excited for that. And then that Friday, August 5th, is our golf event with KROS, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I think information on that will be coming soon for anybody that wants to come out and play some golf that day.
That's right. We're going to be over at the Fulton Country Club again. We'll have 9-hole flights at noon and 3 p.m. It's been a great success since we've gone over to the Fulton Country Club. Much flatter, although we do appreciate what the folks at Canyon Creek were able to do for us through the years. Now, you brought along Matt Parbs. Why do we got Matt in studio with us, Andy?
Well, two reasons. One is United Way supports the Sawmill Museum. But then also myself and Matt and Ann Eisenman with Clinton Community College have been working on a nonprofit summit that's tomorrow, where we're trying to get all of the nonprofits and organizations in Clinton, in the greater Clinton area, together to look at what we can be doing together to impact the community.
All right, great. Matt, tell us more about that.
Yeah, what's really cool is the first 2 hours I think is just going to be really magical and set up not only the third hour, but hopefully quarterly or yearly type nonprofit summits. For so many of us, especially since pre-COVID, we haven't been in the same room together, nor maybe ever have we ever actually just tried to have. So we're up to 45 or more people who have RSVP'd, representing dozens and dozens and dozens of agencies. One of Peggy, who's now like the director of Eastern Iowa Child, but that's a more official title than that. But she's been on the job for a year. She just joined Kiwanis. She's got like a big grant she's due in like a couple of days, and she's like, do I come or not? And she's like, I got to come to this. And that's the type of thing that we hope that the culture that comes out of this summit is that. So we're gonna get to know each other, talk about big goals. The mayor and Matt Brook will be there, and we can interface with that and really set up, hey, what's the big things we think we can accomplish together.
So where's this going to take place at?
In the Sawmill. So if you have not registered, reach out to either myself or Andy, and it's going to be starting at 8:15, so get there a little bit before in our party room. Goes basically from 8 to noon, and it's just going to be a really stellar. I think we're all going to probably need to go take a nap afterwards because we've got a pretty aggressive agenda, and we're really trying to get us to talk about successes and audacious goals. We all have, especially post-COVID, we all have some struggles and some things that we're still trying to shore up. We've accomplished so much. We're all still standing. So let's celebrate that, get together, talk about the things that we can solve for this community, and go from there.
Again, visiting with Matt Parbs and Andy Green. I know you can't list all of the people that are going to be there, but who are some of the other agencies or nonprofits who are going to be a part of this?
Oh, we know that the Y, ASAC, that Clinton Symphony I know is coming. I believe the Friends of the Library. So we could really, I know we have at least 25 to 30 separate agencies that have already RSVP'd. And if you want to come and have not RSVP'd, we will gladly take people at the door. But my email is director@clintonunitedway.org, and if you wanted to shoot me an email, we'll gladly get you signed up before tomorrow morning.
What about the agenda? What are some of the things that you're going to be going over at this event?
Yeah, well, one of the big things is looking at some of the big goals that we have that we could possibly have in Clinton. If we have unlimited funding and unlimited manpower, what are things that we can get done? And then, basically, once we have the goals, how do we get there? There's a saying: if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. And a lot of our nonprofits in the area have very similar goals. And if we can go together, we're going to get a lot more accomplished.
Okay. How does the United Way play a role in this?
Yeah, so I could maybe say that we're a sponsor, but we're not. I mean, we're just kind of an organizing body within it. I ran into Ann Eisenman at Hy-Vee, and I think it was Christmas Eve, and we were just kind of talking about some things that we could do, and I've always looked up to Ann, and then this kind of grew from that, and we got Matt on board, and so hopefully it becomes a annual or biannual thing where we can really have some impact.
Matt, talk about your involvement in this.
Yeah, well, I want to embarrass Andy a little bit. I think also it's Andy's vision for United Way. The little bit I've gotten to know him over the 6 months, and it probably is informed by his Boy Scout days, and he said about all together. But United Ways around the country. Yes, for us, we get funding from the United Way for a particular early childhood play group. But United Way also are around the country are trying to solve, even outside of what they fund, identify things in the community that need assistance and help, and then also trying to get people together to solve those things. So we got a big work day coming up, and the list just goes on and on and on. So I think embarrass Andy a little bit. I think under his leadership, we're going to see United Way at the table of so many different things, because Andy can represent so many different voices, and he knows the connections and all of that. So I'm super excited to see United Way in the next 3-5 years under Andy's leadership. About I think we're going to be at the table for all these things. So yeah, when Ann and Andy said, "Hey, you want to be involved?" A long time ago, Brad Wiles, the library director, and I had like a cultural summit where we try to get all the cultural sites together, and we had some good conversations out of that. And we brought in Iowa Department of Cultural Affairs, and it goes on and on. But yeah, these getting together and doing these things, we can just accomplish so much. And I think you're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of that from this guy over here.
Well, that's great to hear. Because for so long they had the leadership of Cheryl McCullough, who was there for over 20 years, and now to have you on board after that little bit of a transition is going to be beneficial for the United Ways and all the agencies that you serve, and there are a number that you do serve.
Yeah, right now we serve 19 to 20 agencies, and my biggest push has always been, making sure that they're our forefront. Just last week I was with Chol in the after-school program, visiting their camp, and going to be visiting the Wise camp soon, because if you see these kids out doing stuff out, going to the Sawmill this summer, there's some United Way backing there, but there's also dedicated employees and staff that are putting those programs on, and I want to make sure that we're seeing how that's going and seeing how else we can help those out. So and that's one of the things I think that's big about this summit is we also don't know everything that's going on out in the community. We think that we have a good knowledge of it, but there's people coming that I'm interested to hear what their mission is and how we as a community base can continue helping out those missions and grow that.
Okay, again, Matt, the summit takes place where and when?
Tomorrow, Thursday, June 23rd, from 8:15 to noon at the Sawmill Museum. just walk in the front doors, and we'll lead you the rest of the way.
Okay, and how are you going to do, I mean, is there going to be an opportunity for a question and answer, or are they going to like speakers? How's this all going to work?
Yep, so the easiest way to say it is we're going to have breakout groups and placemats that you can write your notes down. But yeah, we have different prompts. And then the big question and answer is, the mayor and Matt Brook will have their own dedicated time. So basically we're going to lead it off with, we're going to get to know each other, talk about our successes, talk about what we do, kind of, present those to the whole group. And then, Matt Brook and Scott Madison will talk. We'll probably have a little Q&A. And then I think we're going to be so amped up after that we're going to then focus and do little focus groups on, what are some of the things that we can accomplish together. And then we set up, hey, if you really like this, if this is something we want to do, what's the schedule here on out? We've got some surveys that are going. And then once again, I think this is something that you heard from Andy, that United Ways, this is important to their identity.
All right,
is
very
learning
good.
about all this.
Appreciate you both coming in the studio today. Andy, if people would like to find out more about the United Way and how they can help the United Way, how can they do that?
Yeah, so again, my email is director@clintonunitedway.org. We also have the Clinton United Way website, but then also you can call our office, 563-242-1209, 563-242-1209, and we'll gladly talk to you.
Again, thank you both for coming in, and best of luck tomorrow. Sounds like a great effort getting underway here in our community. Thanks again.
Hey, thank you.